going to do the Solar Plexus Chakra Healing Spread. I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the Solar Plexus because I didn't know a lot about chakras when I first started awakening, and I didn't realize how connected everything really was. So the Solar Plexus is in your stomach. The Solar Plexus rules over your inner knowledge, your power, and your discipline. So like an affirmation for Solar Plexus is actually, I feel my own power. Physically, your Solar Plexus rules over your digestion and your metabolism. If you want to balance your Solar Plexus and you have some essential oils, some of the essential oils that are Solar Plexus oils are fennel, sandalwood, juniper, lemon, and grapefruit. And then some of the stones are pyrite, citron, this is a giant citron stone right here. Which citron is also the money stone. And I was hanging up one of my dream catchers and one of the feathers fell off, but it was a yellow feather, so I figured that we would put it here with your reading. Tiger's eye and amber. And then if you guys are into yoga, if you want to just kind of like work on your solar plexus, the yoga is a really good way to get your chakras aligned. So boat pose and plank pose, like plank, the one you work out, that's really good for your solar plexus. So a lot of people, know if they feel out of balance, but they don't know the specifics to which chakra. So I just wanted to run through what a balanced solar plexus is versus an unbalanced solar plexus. So balanced solar plexus, you have like a sense of empowerment. You're confident, you've got self-love, you're doing self-love activities, you're actively working towards life purpose, you're motivated, you're at peace with where you are in life. You take responsibility for your decisions, for what you say, for how you make other people feel. You have improved digestion. I know this might be making you guys awkward. And then you have like a really healthy immune system. Just things are, there's a flow to things within your body. An unbalanced solar plexus can be low self-esteem, low confidence, no sense of purpose, like kind of feeling like you're just aimlessly like wandering, getting up to work, to go to bed, that's all you're doing, and it's got you very unmotivated. There's probably a lot of pent-up anger, anxiety, insecurity is huge with a out of balance solar plexus, low metabolism, fatigue, poor digestion, and then there's like liver problems, and then people when they're depressed, a lot of people drink, so that plays into the liver, so that's actually playing into the lack of balance in the solar plexus. So like some really easy ways to try to fix your solar plexus or kind of rebalance it: color therapy, eating yellow, wearing yellow. If you meditate and you visualize warm yellow energy all around your body while you're meditating. And then the sound therapy for the solar plexus is 320, which means that this sacral chakra was 322. I remember being weird about that. And also being around fire is really good. So if you can be an actual fire, awesome. But if you can't, just meditate with candles around you. And yeah, so I just I really wanted to provide a little more information than just like the card reading. For whatever reason, I'm being guided to give more information than less. So I'm always going to include when the reading starts, because I'm noticing that the intro videos of mine are getting longer, but Spirit is telling me to, and as I looked up at the clock, it's 3:22 a.m. and it was 22 at 22 seconds, so apparently, and then I look here, it's 33. So I'm doing what they want. I'm following suit. But yeah, if you guys are still here, here's the reading, and I hope that we can get things balanced. What's up, Gemini? Today we're going to do your solar plexus chakra healing spread. So I'm going to ask my guides, my galactic guardians, my angels, my archangels, and my ancestors, please help me to set my ego aside so that I can deliver the message for Gemini's highest good. Come on, come here. Sorry, guys. Come on, come here. part of the readings here. One card first. The first card is for your solar plexus. You're slowly finding your connection with self, if you aren't there already, because it came out like this. So you may just about be there, or you might just be starting to get into that connection with self. The next card we have is, how can you better use your logic in regards to the solar plexus here? Okay. Yeah, so you're connecting with higher self, and they want you to have faith in what you're feeling, hearing, seeing, smelling, sensing. When we first come into our awakening, or as, start to remember who we are, I guess I should say, be better terminology, we have the ability to second guess everything that's going on. And your guides want you to understand that, sorry you guys, I don't know how to put this on silent. Okay, there we go. Found it. Your guides want you to understand that what you see, hear, think, feel, if it's a thought directly connected to you, but it isn't something that you thought outwardly, that's probably a connection, and you're probably getting a message, I guess you could say, from spirit. I channel, so I've learned that when I hear, it's almost like my own, it's like a thought, but it's not my own thought. I know it's not my own thought, and it's in my head. That was placed there. It was by someone else. I'm channeling. I'm pulling in that information. I'm open. I'm a conduit for them to be able to give me that information. So that's what happens when I connect with my spirit and my guides, and when I read. So they're wanting you to. Also, there's a need to accept the abundance that you're given and don't question it. A lot of times our fear mindset or our lack mindset can put us into repeating patterns that are soul patterns that we need to heal this lifetime, sometimes carried over from other lifetimes. And there's a need to heal that by acknowledging that it's there and saying to yourself, yes, I accept this is where I'm at, but I accept my self-love, and I accept these gifts from spirit. Sometimes Source will do some sneaky, amazing, beautiful stuff, and you had no idea that was something that was happening. Okay, like you could literally just check your email, and there's a generous offering, and I'm speaking from experience where, 2 days before, if you had put yourself in a fear mindset, you may have stayed in that, but because you kept yourself in a mindset of acceptance and love, and I don't know what's going to happen today, but it's going to be a good day. That's kind of the mindset you need to be in, is be excited about the unknown. Don't project fears from past experiences onto things that are not on this new timeline that you're on. Yeah, okay, they got a lot to say. All right, so how can they be more proactive into keeping this chakra balanced? Stay out of confusion, okay? This is you right now. You have to discern by what you feel. I don't know if that was my guide or not. Okay, how do you feel when you hear the message? How do you feel? I don't know how to discern whether it's a fear-based thought that I've created because I've been conditioned to it, or if it's actually my guide. I'll break it down for you. If you feel good, that was your guide, your higher self, whoever you need to say it was to understand that your guides, your higher self, the source, God, whoever you want to relate to, okay? Because no one is wrong. We're all right. It's all based on perspective. And if you put yourself into someone's perspective, you'll see that they're right, even if it completely goes against what you believe. So with that being said, there's a need to be able to discern what you're being told. Because this looks like whatever's being put into your mind. And it's kind of like, what I'm getting from this is what you're telling yourself, and so this is how you are to the world. And this is a blue shirt, throat chakra, so you're closed off. You're not speaking your truth. You're not in your faith. You're not allowing your guides in. Stop that. They want you to stop that. Okay. What's the best way for Gemini to balance this chakra? Please help us. What can they do to balance the solar plexus here? Same theme. Theme is the same. So this rejection card, this is the first time I've ever heard that. Like, your guides are like, almost like... There was a meme where it was like, my guides when they're sick of my shit, excuse the language, and they're like, love's fucking that way, right? Like, you just like stop following ego. You follow ego, you fall out of heart, and then you don't see things for what it is, which is just someone who is you on another level of life right now. That, you know, so if somebody's projecting something, being in ego, you'll take it personally, whereas if you're in your heart, you're not going to take that shit personally, because you're like, oh my gosh, I remember being there and it sucked, so yeah, I'm just going to step out your way and let you do your thing, right? So you need to reject everything that doesn't feel good. That's what this is saying. Reject everything that doesn't feel good. See all that? None of this is making... if it makes you question yourself, like if anyone says anything to you, and it makes you stop and grab and you're like, really got to think about, well, is my personal feeling wrong? No, that person in your life is wrong. That's why you're feeling that energy. That is your higher self saying, no, this isn't your person. They're not bad people, they're just not your people, okay? Like, that's what that is. Like, no. Higher self is like, so your higher self is loud. Like, I'm getting, wow, okay, y'all are, and I always put things back forward. But we'll put it that way. I think they want you to read that. Rejecting anything that doesn't make you feel good. Do you see how, like, okay, I'm getting this too. So look at how, like, her hands aren't up, and she's actually, even though there's like a question about it, there's still like aura, there's energy being given. Even though she's not doing anything, they're giving energy, okay? That is actually, it's going in, like, this is to me good energy, beautiful energy. This is like blowing smoke up your own ass energy. This is like fear energy. This is a perfect example to me of what fear would look like if you could see it, right? Like just a slimy little bitch. Sorry about the language, damn. Okay, and then this one too. Alright? And how his hand is, and how her hands are. These are things that don't make you feel good. Reject that. And what's going to be the result for Gemini when they balance this chakra, please? your feeling of, you may be surrounded by an incredible life right now, Gemini. Like, you may be just surrounded by abundance, and I'm not meaning like just monetary. I'm talking like, you know, you've got a full fridge, like your heat in the house, you know, you got a car that's got gas in it, like you have a bank account that's pretty, like you're cool for rent next month, you know what I mean? Like you're comfortable. Like, that's, a lot of people don't have that, and a lot of people who do are like, well, that's basic stuff. Well, maybe for you, but not everybody was raised with that perspective, and I'm one of those people who wasn't raised with that perspective. So for me, I didn't know how to do the mundane everyday things like pay bills. I had to learn, and it was a really hard learning process for me personally. And I just want to point out, like, there was a time where that wasn't something that I had, and it was because of my own choices, and I didn't make the right choices, okay? Like, I'm not doing this as like a poor me story. This is just to let you guys know that, like, you on the outward aspect of things, like, things are taken care of. Like, you're making the right choices for, like, your third dimensional world to be taken care of, but it's that lack of faith and self and lack of soulmate came out. And I'm thinking, like, in regards to being your own soulmate, being that love for self, and needing that faith, and coming out of that confusion because you've given that love to self and you've learned. And the overall energy of what's going to happen when you balance this is that you're going to come out of this, I don't like life, like, things around me suck, like, because when you really look around you, like, you have a beautiful life, and that needs to be accounted for. Okay, so I'm going to do a sacred geometry oracle card for you guys. A message for Gemini, please. Sacral chakra. Okay, so I'm not actually going to read this message. And I feel a little bad because I think there was 2 other signs that got the other chakras. So 2, and then there's an emphasis on your sacral chakra. So maybe wear orange, eat some oranges, listen to sacral chakra healing as well. I want an actual message, please. Message for Gemini. And you can't really balance your solar plexus if your sacral's off. Okay? So, if you're watching this, your guides are telling me that your sacral isn't balanced yet. Yeah, allowance. I knew they had a message in here for you. Yeah, your guides are really loud right now. They're very loud. They're emphasizing a need to go back and focus on the sacral chakra, or I don't know if you watched that or not. Focus on balancing it. It says this: the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. Okay? And then the next card was allowance. And if you're not allowing abundance because you have like Abraham Hicks says, a wobble in your energy, where you, like, come into a bunch of abundance and you're like, yeah, I'm doing good, and then, like, something happens to affect the energy for you or your emotions, and you start to question, well, if I'm deserving, or that, because a lot of us are programmed into, if we have to work really hard to get abundance, we do bad things, and bad things will happen to us. So we think that, and then that's what we bring into our lives, because we manifest what we think, right? Like, it's nothing else. It's that simple. And as a whole, our world has been conditioned to think otherwise, because, well, we're easier to control that way, right? So the need to allow your guides in, and to see yourself with through your guide's eyes. Okay, that just came through. I've never said that before. That's a good one. Thanks, guys. I'll probably use that again. They want you to see yourself through their eyes. That's exact. Okay, why don't you just say that to begin with? Because I wouldn't have said all the other messages. Oh, they got jokes. All right, you guys are lit. So allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. I'll just set that right there. That's a beautiful card. I'll show it to you guys once I get closer to the end of reading this. And that is number 9. Let me get over here to 9. The allowance image resembles the spirit of the joker, the jester, or the fool. It is the embodiment of the infinite spirit within, the unbounded, fearless essence of expanded possibility, with very little regard for conventionality, I don't know why I can't say conventionality, or rules. Disguised as the fool, the jester is oftentimes the bearer of unwanted truth, messages that are feared yet needed for evolution and growth. Allowance is the polar opposite of resistance. Sometimes the things we resist the most are the trials, the hidden treasures, that lead to growth and evolution. The allowance image bears a certain resemblance to the butterfly as well. A reference to the process of transformation and unfolding. Meanwhile, the shiny pearls seem to vibrate with songs that come from deep within a mysterious other world. And the vast green waters indicate the deep connection to the heart in the realm of feelings and emotions. The square reminds us that reality is more of a multi-layered experience than an objective absolute. Meaning, okay, the square reminds us that reality is more of a multi-layered experience than an objective absolute. Multi-layered experience. Let me break that down. So, we base our perspectives off of our experiences in the past, right? That's why you can see that thing, let your past make you better, not bitter. Learn from it, okay? Take that experience and learn. Apply it to what you have learned, right? Like taking a key and fitting it into a hole and opening the lock for the first time. There's something new that you've learned, so you can apply it. The square reminds us that reality is more of a multi-layered experience than an objective absolute. So if you unlock this door and your thoughts flow to faith, and all you're thinking is faith, and the universe always provides for me. Instead of thinking negative thoughts, every time you think a negative thought, think the universe always provides for me. And say that to yourself in your head 10 times. The universe always provides for me. 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 Annoying? Fuck yeah. The universe always provides for me. The universe always provides for me. What are you doing? You're affirming that when you unlock that door, that next step is only positivity. And because that's what you're speaking and thinking, that's what you're going to get. Okay? Showing that it is not an objective absolute. Because you are co-creating with Source. You are Source creator. And that's fucking awesome, Gemini. You guys are powerful. Your air signs. Shout out to the air signs. Not that I'm playing favorites or anything. I just got a lot of air in me. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I'm going to pull a Goddess Power Oracle for Gemini. Because we're coming up on 20 minutes here. Fuck. No, one please. And I let them flip the cards out. I like you guys to see how deliberate they want you guys to hear what they have to say. Bronwyn, forgiveness. Oh, okay. Your abundance is being affected by your lack of self-forgiveness. Blaming yourself for what you have had to do in the past to get where you are now. Stop doing that. Wow, I'm about to tear up. I feel that energy, Gemini. You've got to let yourself, whatever you have done up to this point, I could cry right now. Where did this come from? Whatever you have done up to this point to survive, to stay alive. Oh my God. You cannot place that blame on yourself Wow. I don't know whose energy I'm picking up on. You are worthy of all the abundance and the love that you feel when you connect. You have to allow them to guide you to your highest path. The fuck did that come from? Wow. Yo, straight in tears. Why? Gemini, I love you. Oh my god, I love you so much. Holy fuck. Okay, let's read your shit. 7, that's an awesome number. People are torn about 7, but I just think Vegas 777. Winning! You know? Winning. Okay. Sometimes life invites us into conditions that challenge us to the core. As the Celtic goddess Bronwyn forgave those who caused her own death by a broken heart, she asks you to set yourself free from the seeds of resentment that will surely choke the life out of your dreams. Wow. We are wounded by others, and we've stories about our hurts and losses that live on in our hearts and our minds, okay? That's what I'm talking about with this allowance. Okay? It is not an objective absolute. Unless you make it an objective absolute by what you put in your mind. You can't continue viewing every single thing that's happening or what's coming up as your past replaying every time. Because at that point, that's self-abuse, Gemini. Stop doing that. We come to distrust the potential of love and connection, no matter what your story or when it began. Forgiveness is the key to freedom. Forgiveness allows for mending and repair, opening the heart to give and receive. If you need to forgive yourself, now is the time to do it. Keep your heart open and you can begin again. Only beauty, freedom, and treasures are